That song, What a Beautiful Name, was written by a young New Zealand woman called Brooke Fraser just 2 years ago, and it's already become a worldwide favourite. Our next hymn combines the new with the old. The 19th century words were written by female hymn writer Charity Bancroft, and the tune was composed in 1997 by musician Vicky Cook. Before the Throne of God Above. Christian women have been pioneers in all sorts of different ways. Josie Darby's been meeting a 21st century woman who's managed to combine her faith with a passion for fashion.
I have always loved the idea of being able to express myself through what I wore, and I really see fashion as a way to kind of express your personality.
Ruth Auerbade loves the world of fashion and has worked for big companies including Burberry and L'Oreal.
Growing up, I would hear that fashion is a very dark industry, but actually I found it very full of life because we serve a creative God. So being able to be in an industry that is fast-paced, that's creating, that's innovating, I found a very enriching experience.
But Ruth wanted to make a difference in her industry through her faith, and so she left her full-time job and in 2014 launched the first print edition of her Christian magazine called Magnify.
I think for me, growing up, a lot of my friends, they either would say that they don't have a faith or they're kind of unsure as to what they think about faith. And I really wanted to create a platform that they could engage with on their levels.
Why have you called it Magnify?
It goes back to Luke 1 verse 46 where Mary cries out, "My soul magnifies the Lord and my spirit delights in God my Saviour." And I think for me, my vision and prayer and passion has always been to see Christ magnified.
Who's your ideal reader? Who are you aiming this at?
Women who are driven, who are passionate, who are very intelligent, who think deeply about things. And so the kind of surface level answers don't really do it for them.
I know that you have 3 Fs that you abide by. Can you talk to me about those?
So faith, feminism and fashion are three words, which often people have to take a step back. But for me, those were the words that I felt really just encapsulated the heart of the magazine.
Ruth's decision to take a step of faith into uncharted territory was seen by some as a big risk.
It was quite a difficult thing when you'd go to like parties or dinners and people were like, oh, what are you doing? And, oh, you're doing a Christian magazine. Okay, all the best with that. So I think for me, it was a huge leap of faith to trust that what would be next would be better than what I was leaving behind. Particularly in today's world, we see that women's issues are at the forefront of a lot of media campaigns, and it's important that there is a voice of faith that's positive and enriching.
Do you feel like a pioneer within your industry?
So I don't know if I would say that, but I know what I am passionate about is creating something that doesn't exist. And if that's a pioneer, then I'm very humbled. But my personal relationship with God has got to be front and centre. So that's what spurs me on to give other women the opportunity to be inspired and to be empowered. My own personal relationship with God teaches me to trust him more and more. And even sometimes when I felt like my back has really been up against the wall, God just kind of, opens doors that we never could have imagined or expected.
When I fear my faith will fail, Christ will hold me fast. When the tempter would prevail, he will hold me fast. I could never get my hold through life's fearful path, for my love is often cold. He must hold me fast. He will hold me fast. He will hold me fast. For my Savior loves me so. He will hold me fast. For my life he bled and died. Christ will hold me fast. Justice has been satisfied. He will hold me fast. Raised with him to endless life, he will hold me fast till my faith is turned to sight. When he comes at last, he will hold me fast. He will hold me fast. For my Savior loves me so. He will hold me fast. He will hold me fast. He will hold me fast. For my Savior loves me so. He will hold me fast.
That's almost it from Oxford. Next week, Claire McCullum visits Lincolnshire to discover the link between woodlands and Christianity and joins Bishop James Jones planting brand new oak trees. Our final hymn was inspired by probably the most famous woman in the Bible, Jesus' mother, Mary, whose words of thanksgiving and praise resonate with Christians everywhere.
Songs of Praise next week is later at 5 o'clock. Next today, how about a rom-com for a Sunday afternoon? Great chemistry between Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds in The Proposal.